that there were some challenges also. There was lack of differentiated instruction. Integration of more subject was required, which we realized a little later. Flipgrid was a challenge for a few teachers and even the students mostly. Then we found some scope of improvement. The choice of topic should be given to the students. This was taken very seriously. Then the big questions and driving questions should be taken from student. Group activity will give better results and complete 1 month should be dedicated for PBL. After this SWOT analysis, we pondered over what we learned as teacher. Then we thought we should start small. We ensured that the first week plan should begin with a small activity and all other activities are short, easy and doable. Then we also thought that PBL should not take more than 1 month. It should be completed within a month's time. Planning should be done well in advance, not in a day or a week. So we took 2 months' time. Yes, while planning, teachers should begin with the end in mind. This is something very important. Work backwards to have a well-developed project ready for the classroom. In PBL, we learned that the project itself is the learning and we are teaching throughout the project, not teaching and then doing the project. We try to break the mold, very interesting, by approaching the local administrative authorities like Dr. Ajay Pratap Singh, who's a veterinary officer in Municipal Corporation of Varanasi, wherein not only the children enjoyed the interaction, but the officer himself was all praise for the teachers and the school. Some students went an extra mile and suggested to integrate SDG with the project, and we mindfully implemented that as well. And finally, we transformed the entire outlook of the structure from the traditional to a 5I plan. Thanks to Sunanda ma'am for this. And this was the entire structure, and this is and will remain the entire structure of our PBL, also approved by Indira ma'am, in which the child identifies a problem, he then investigates, then he ideates in a group, and then tries to implement the plan and informs, creating a general awareness. Now I request Ms. Rowley to brief us about the modus operandi and the parent connect activities of Middle Wing PBL undertaken at Delhi Public School, Varanasi. Often we forget to teach thinking skills to students. Project-based learning by design demands that these skills be taught and assessed. Over to you, Rowley ma'am.
Thank you so much, Bharti ma'am. Good evening, one and all present here. Now, taking this PBL journey forward, Julius Caesar has said that experience is the teacher of all things. But it's not only experience that matters. To quote John Dewey, we do not learn from experience, we learn from reflecting on experience. And so the only source of knowledge is reflection on experience. Similarly, in our PBL journey, we reflected upon last year's experiences and brought about certain changes in the mode of conducting PBL this year. As opposed to last year, when big question and driving questions were provided by the teachers, this year the students were asked to suggest topics that they wanted to take up for PBL. Out of those suggested topics, big question and driving questions were decided upon by the teachers for the children. As the topics were suggested by the students themselves, they were self-motivated to carry out the learning forward. The objective of project-based learning throughout both the years was to enhance the practical approach, own observation, research skills, and to develop sensitivity towards the environment. Here is a glimpse of the week-wise activities of PBL that was conducted last year. Now this year, the modus was changed and the activities were based on the 5I model, which has already been explained by Bharti ma'am. So these activities were spread over a period of 4 weeks, leading to the solution of big question. And in the last week of PBL month, the culmination event was held, in which the students prepared a group video showing their learning from all the activities that were held over the period of 1 month. Learning from our previous experience, we made a change in the scoring pattern also. As opposed to the rubrics that were used last year, this year we simplified it and used the scorecard, which was based on the activities which were conducted according to the 5I model. The vision of DPS speaks of facilitators and parents working in tandem to reach the pinnacle by motivating every child to develop their inner potential. Keeping this vision, Parent Connect activities were held every Saturday during the whole month when PBL was conducted. This was done class-wise, that is, all sections of a particular class met through a Google Meet link that was shared with them to listen to the parent speaker. Every week, one guest parent was invited, each for classes 6th, 7th, and 8th, and the parents actively participated and conducted the sessions with full enthusiasm. They prepared the slides and conducted interactive sessions with the children. And sometimes they were experts also on the topic and shared some valuable information with the children. And the children also took keen interest and participated wholeheartedly. These sessions were so interactive and liked by the children that we observed in the first session that we had to extend the duration of sessions for the following weeks. Now here is a short clip of one of the sessions of class 6th where the parent, Mr. Abhishek Pathak, who is a neurosurgeon in BHU Varanasi, and he was talking about the problems caused due to stray animals. Bharti, could we have the clip?
Many stray dogs and stray animals mess up the places, we face many problems due to that, and many diseases also come due to this.
Yes, very good, very good, very good. Yeah. Anyone else?
Yes, Prince.
Yes, sir. The problem is created by the stray animals, that is like the traffic jam. The traffic jam is also created by the stray animals and the street animals.
Good, good. Especially in Varanasi. Very good.
Yes, Ananya.
Yes, ma'am. My answer for this question is that sometimes these stray animals.
Due to paucity of time, we are not able to show the whole clip, but the children were so interactive that the session was extended because of the interaction between the parent and the students. Now this, thank you Bharti ma'am for showing this clip. This was all that I had to share about the changes that we had brought about in the modus operandi of PBL and the Parent Connect activities. Now I would call Vibhuti ma'am to brief us all about parent feedback on PBL. Vibhuti ma'am.
Thank you, Roli ma'am. Good evening and Jai Hind to one and all present here. I would like to thank the administration for giving me this opportunity to present in front of the whole DPS family. We did make an effort while creating the presentation. My team members would forever remember going into that first PBL workshop with Indira ma'am just a couple of months back. Similarly prepared, ready to take the proverbial bull by its horns. But that workshop was our first eye-opener. Every step and every activity was run through a fine-tooth comb. So many whys and hows later, the final draft was prepared. A lot of reflections of the past year, students and self, went into creating the big question of the PBL, a perfect example of student-teacher collaboration. Last year, the students were driven to learning through the goals decided by the teachers. It was a new step this year when the students were given a free choice to decide their goal and plan and pave a way to achieve that goal. If we can have the slide change, please, Bharti ma'am. After achieving the thank you, Bharti ma'am. After achieving the first stepping stone of deciding the big question, paving way for the planning ahead was equally exciting. The driving questions consisted of learning skills, creating timetables and timelines, and reaching for the set target. Last year, I think there's some, Bharti ma'am. Okay, thank you. So last year, the week-wise activities were embedded with many sub-activities, and the parents' concern upon this made us reflect upon their feedback. And this year, we used the SI model, the 5I model, and this guided the way forward. Students learned to be collaborative, to reach out to the peers, family, and friends to complete their tasks. The self-reflection done by giving themselves stars on their collaborative and critical thinking, problem-solving skills, along with the feedback given to them, helped them not only to be helpful to others, but also to ask for help whenever required or needed. Since the rubrics last year were elaborate, so this year we simplified it and changed its outlook also. The success criteria, the students knew how they would be marked according to the 5 I's. It was clearly stated. This was easily followed by the students, and it was observed that the students were quick to complete their task, and they found it easy to comprehend as well. Learners need endless feedback more than they need endless teaching. The feedbacks given by the parents will be the guiding light when we sit down and plan for the next year. Due to paucity of time, we will not be able to show you all these videos, but some of them are very precious, more precious so because parents like that of Ishita, who being a doctor did not initially appreciate of these activities, but later on gave glowing feedback, and they were all in for the learnings done by the students. Parents like that, like Mr. Rana, who is a faculty at BHU, motivated the students as well as the teachers. Bharti ma'am, if we can have the video, please.
And I was very much happy to see everyone presentation and surprise with the efforts of the student and how they do with such a creativity. Such kind of creativity we are still learning, and they are in such a young age, and I can see few of the parents sitting, and we know very well what are our capacities and how well we are in all these technologies, and they are doing so well. So first of all, congratulations to all team group 1 to group 7 for their efforts. And of course, these efforts are led by a teacher herself, Sunanda ma'am, because what I was able to see in videos that she is motivating, and she herself is involved in interview with animal welfare officer.
Contemporary times and relevance. For example, they were very much excited when they had to have an interaction with the animal welfare officer, and that was a new kind of experience for these little children. You could manage all these things. Going through this serial on this relevant topic, certainly they have experienced a lot. I am thankful to you and to the entire school.
Thank you, Bharti ma'am. It was wonderful to watch Ananya's parents, both of them witnessing the culmination, motivating not just her, but all the other students as well, and giving positive feedbacks. We can, the parents later were asked to give stars and wish for the students after excuse me, I think I'm having some network issues here. So the parents shared their wish and star after witnessing the children's culmination activity that was held class-wise. They took pride in the presentation done by their ward and their friends. The star, as you all know, was given for the work that the student had put in, the hard work that they had put in, and the wish was to see what they wish to achieve for their child to strive for. I'm sorry, Bharti ma'am, I am unable to see the presentation right now. I think the network is on my end. But I would like to say two things were common in all feedback that were given by the parents. One was the appreciation of the effort done by the teaching faculty, teachers. Second, the stars that they wanted for their children. For them, their child was the best. Whatever they had done, they just wanted they just thought that their child was a child who deserved nothing less than 5 stars. For each parent, their child was the ultimate star. Now I request Shrikant sir to take us forward with the student reflection and the feedback. Over to you, Shrikant sir. Thank you, everyone.
Shrikantji, you're on mute.
Thank you, Vibhuti ma'am. Good evening, everyone. The strength of the team is each individual member, and the strength of each member is the team. And this has been rightly reflected by the student of DPS Varanasi. Possessing a strong sense of self-motivation does not just make our student better equipped for excelling in the classroom, but being self-motivated is a critical skill itself. It is an integral part of achieving goal. As the students were very excited and self-motivated because they can easily relate to the topic, and the topic was selected by them. And for class 6, we had how to control the movement of the stray animal. Yes, ma'am. In the first week, they collected the pictures from their society, from their neighborhood, and made a collage out of it. And they also prepared a set of questionnaire from which they interviewed their family members and neighbors. And at the last, everybody from the group came up with a solution from which one of it was finalized. Here is another child of class 6, who's Prakriti Dubey, who's creating awareness through toys, thoughts, and posters that what can be done in controlling the stray animal. In the culminating activity, children informed about their work done across the 4 weeks to spread awareness about how to control the movement of stray animal. Here is a short video about one such reflection of Adya.
Everyone, myself Adya Gupta, and today I will show you my PBL evidence and my learning from PBL. So in week 1, I identified that what street animals and pet animals feel about their life, and I have also made a collage on stray animals that are found in my area. And in week 2, I investigated what action we can take about stray animals. And in week 3, I have made a poster and posted it in social media. Everyone, myself.
And this year PVL was a unique one. The children not only contacted the animal welfare officer, but also interviewed him to get their answers. They integrated the PVL with SDG goal number 11, which talks about sustainable cities and communities. It was a very interactive and interesting session, wherein the welfare officer also enjoyed and was impressed by the inquisitiveness of the young dipsites. That was all for class 6, and for class 7th, we had that how the student can use the digital medium to develop their skill. In the first week, they analyzed the medium from which they can be benefited from. They prepared a bar graph representing the time spent by them on their daily activities. They reflected upon their learning by diary entry. Later, they created their own table for working on the different modes and used it fruitfully to achieve their learning goal. In the culminating activity, children informed about their work done during this 4 week, and here's one such experience shared by Trisha of class 7th.
everyone, I'm Trisha Sarauk and I'm going to share my experience and what I did in the PBIL. So for the 4 weeks, our topic was digital medium and skill development. Let me show you what we did in the slides for the 4 week. My big question for the PBIL, how can students use the digital medium to develop their skills? For that, I did it in 5 steps. First, this is my timetable for the whole day from Monday to Sunday and how on which time I develop my which skill and how I manage it. So this was the whole PBIL.
And for class 8th, we had waste management of biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste, how they can they have to manage that. First of all, they just bifurcated between biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable waste back at home. If you can see, the rotten fruits and the vegetable were kept under the criteria of biodegradable, and plastic wrappers and other non-biodegradable things were kept under the another category. They just met on Google Meet and other platforms so that they can get a possible solution, and the solution was noted down. And in the bottom right picture, if you can see, that is the oil can which is used in our kitchen, that is being used as a bookshelf. Another group of children from class 8, they did the same thing. They collaborated together, and in one such example, the child parent, in which they are using jute bags instead of this polythene bags, and they are using the plastic container as a storage instead of throwing it away. And this is a final product that is a torch made up of a plastic bottle. Another example that how child interviewed his parents so that they can minimize the waste, and how the plastic bottle is used as a plant plotter and a pen holder.
Hello everybody, I have Sadhvi Mehra with me, whom I will be interviewing for my PBL Week 1 activity. So my first question to you is, what type of non-biodegradable waste do you use at home?
Hello Ishra, thank you for the question. I try my level best to use minimum non-biodegradable waste, but sometimes it's really unavoidable. So I used some non-biodegradable waste when I use sanitary napkins, because half of it is non-biodegradable. Then I use non-biodegradable waste. If I use all plastic wrappers that come to the kitchen waste, which is non-biodegradable and unavoidable, I make sure that I use paper bags and cloth bags, but sometimes if I get things in polythene packets, then that is also non-biodegradable.
That was a short clip of which we had. A stepwise image of how the bottle is being reused as a pot for the money plant, which we generally use in our home also. Here before you is a reflection of class 7 student who has recognized the need of preparing herself for the future.
Okay, let me ask the same question I asked Arman. Bhargavi, how did you feel that you could have one of your passion being fulfilled during the PBL rather than working on something new which I would have given otherwise?
Yes,
you
ma'am.
had the
Ma'am,
choice
I
of
feel
selecting.
that it kind of helped me to make some more things for my resume for the future. And as I aspire to study in South Korea, this helped me to get a little closer to my long-term goal as well. But I'm still working on it, and my passion, I kind of integrated it with it. So I learned basic words from K-dramas and some interviews with some K-pop
That
idols.
is what I actually wanted you all to understand, children, that you got to choose your.
Always fall short of time when we have such creative mind in DPS. So I request Bharti ma'am to just take over.
Thank you, Shrikant sir. Today network is not supporting, I think. We always face challenges anyways. While implementing, this happened while implementing the PBL plan also. The concept and learning new in the concept of learning new things. However, several questions arise for implementing PBL in real life. Here are some points for us to ponder before we execute the plan. Will this project engage my students? Will this project engage me as a navigator? Will my students learn something meaningful from this project? Will this project enhance my students' 21st century skill? Or will it inculcate the values of compassion in them or create awareness about the sustainable development goals? We would like to conclude with this thought that the greatest threat to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it. And we, the most significant but unsung heroes as educators and as facilitators, have tried, are trying, and will keep trying to imbibe this thought in our students who are the most precious present and future of the Mother Earth. Thank you for listening. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Bharti ma'am, Shrikant sir, Vibhuti ma'am, and Roli ma'am for a great presentation on PBL and showcasing your journey. आप लोग ने how you have gone through the PBL process this year. The 5I process definitely is very, very interesting and would have enabled children to showcase and inquire in their learning journey. So I invite people, if you have any questions, please put them in the Q&A and I will take them up. I have one question for the presenters today. I noticed that you, categorically mentioned at a couple of times that the shift that you made from last year to this year, one of the bigger parts of the shift was that जो सवाल जिस पे बच्चे काम कर रहे थे they were their questions and not the questions जो आपने पहले प्लान किया हुआ था. So my question to you is if you could give us more intrinsic details in that, कि how did that happen and how did you plan for that, because this is difficult to plan for, right? So वो कैसे हुआ, आपने उसमें learning outcomes कैसे plan किए? If you can throw some light on that, any one of you.
Roli ma'am, would you like to take this?
Yeah. So first of all, we shared a spreadsheet class-wise that was for class 6, 7th and 8th, and we asked them to jot down the problems that they saw in their localities that they would like to take up as a project-based learning this year. And so the several points were there in front of us, leading to some talked about cleanliness, water logging problem, electricity problem, and other problems that they wanted to take up. Out of that, we decided upon one final problem that we can say that most of the students talked about, and we finalized it as the big question. Then out of that, leading to the big question, the driving questions were decided that would, and based upon the driving questions, the activities were based that the students were supposed to do, and that would lead to the solution of the big question. So it's not that all the groups that were doing the PBL, they arrived to the final outcome. Some arrived, they took the right process, but we marked them according to the process that they took rather than the solution that they got. So the rubrics, or not taking the name of the rubrics, the scoring card was made in such a way based upon the activities that if the student did that activity, like if they approached the municipal corporation, they wrote a letter there, or so that they were marked according to the steps that they had taken rather than the outcome of the whole PBL. This was how we had taken the step.
Okay, great. So so just a continued question linked to this. So when you had put up a Google sheet in which the children were writing that, okay, these are the problems that we want to work in, you identified a common problem, and that was the same problem was worked in all the sections. The same thing was executed. Right. Right. That's a great idea. I think in which you can also have some student voice inculcated there, and this probably was done in the beginning of the year, and the PBL was executed maybe 1 or 2 months after this activity. Was that
Yes,
it?
sir.
Yes, sir. About a month before.
Sir,
So this-
actually,
this-
Month
first,
before this. Yes.
so
Go ahead, Bharti, please.
actually, first we gave a big question to our children. How will you develop your city, Varanasi? So we just wanted them to think over it. So they gave many points on the Google sheet, and we saw that those points themselves were big questions. And the big question that we had given them, it was bigger actually for them, because they are students of middle school. तो ये big question हमें लगने लगा कि ये बहुत बड़ा है. So we saw that driving question, and from those driving question only we took out these 3 big questions for 3 different classes. That they will
Okay, so
take care
you-
of stray animals, then they will work on digital platform, how they will work for waste management. So these 3 questions, driving questions, became big questions for the 3 classes.
So again, just for my understanding, you gave a question. On that question, a lot of students answered, and
Yes,
from those answers, which were the common things you picked up, and then
Yes,
those became big questions for the children to work upon. Am I right?
Yes, sir. So the most common question for class 6 was related to animals, especially the stray animals. So that became the big question for class 6. And for class 7, mostly they were talking about the digital platform. So that became a big question for class 7. And similarly in class 8, they talked more about waste management. So this is how we planned, sir.
Right.
Baji, I have a question here.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Supposing in a particular grade, across the section, you don't get a common question. What do you do?
We didn't get a common question, ma'am. We got hundreds of questions, but we sorted them out and we found the major ones. We just did that.
Agreed, Bharti. What I am trying to say is, we have say 5 to 6 sections in grade 6.
Yes, ma'am.
And children would have come with multitude questions.
Yes, ma'am.
So how do we drive only at that one big question of stray animals? So why? Because we intend to do similar kind of thing at Nasik. So kindly help me understand. Did we get this kind of common question across the sections?
I think a principal sir would like to answer this question. No?
Yeah, I will. Pushpi ma'am, I think a very, very pertinent question that you raised today, especially when you embark on a journey where you need to take a commonality from everybody. Now, it's not necessary that all children will be thinking on the same platform. Now, when you have diverse questions or diverse opinions of children, the best thing to do is get them to vote on each of the shortlisted topics. Maybe they can use the fishbone strategy to come down to the root one and finally vote on that. So that's perhaps what you could do, just in case. In fact, I was thinking about using this deliberately now in the next PBL, not this second term, but maybe in the new year. This is what we will use, the fishbone strategy, to completely get down to a democratic process of, raising the student choice in creating the big question.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir. Nasik team, I hope that you get answer to your question, which is bothering your peace of mind.
Great. I think this is a great strategy, and I think this will allow a lot of बच्चों का enthusiasm इससे बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाएगा. And अगर once you get an option to choose, I think that will really make them feel relevant as well. Yes, Manisha ma'am, you've raised your hand. Go ahead.
Good evening, sir, ma'am, everyone. Sir, actually, one thought just came to my mind that when we are shortlisting questions, like ma'am said, how to go about, ma'am, we have that poll feature in a Google Meet. So probably the most relevant ones, once the teacher has shortlisted from across all the 5 divisions, we could put those up in the poll and then children could vote. What do you say, ma'am? Can we do that?
That's what
idea.
Mukesh just said. I think that's what Mukesh sir just said. All right. Great. Thank you, Manisha ma'am, for sharing that. Okay, I'm sure PBL is something with which you will have many questions with what was presented today. So, would urge everybody to please put up some questions in the chat box. My questions will drain out in a couple of minutes, so I have some more lined up. But please ask, whatever you saw today, ask some questions. It will help in not just in your learning, it will help in everybody's learning. Like the question I think I asked right now, how they helped, how they actually created that student voice. I think it would have cleared a lot of thoughts there. Yes, Mukesh sir.
One thing that we as a team leader, that I did a lot of reflection on the PBL is when we were implementing it, and at the end of it, when we had a PTM, there was an intellectual set of parents who kind of revolted against it. I mean, they had issues about the whole thing. So as a leader, I thought if I take in the parents into confidence initially, again, by giving them a very detailed orientation on the PBL and its benefits, and next time, now that I have a lot of parents on my side, I will get them perhaps to also speak, or maybe we do a virtual meet where I share their feedback. So if Pushpi ma'am, you're beginning this for the in the school, maybe some of the parents you will face this resistance because they still love the ghisapeta pen and paper mode of doing academics. They think that the 3 R's are just reading, writing, and arithmetic. But we need to change the mindset of the parents because, we are ultimately, since the vision always says that parents as partners. I mean, if we don't care for the parents and just say, no, that might, create a problem. That, I think, attitude we had initially. We said, no, we will not orient the parents, hum log kar lenge. But I think this is something that I, as a team leader, have reflected and learned, and perhaps going forward, I would do that. Maybe we could even involve some intellectual parents in the in the evolving of the big question and the driving questions also. We can take our parent-as partnership to that level, to that extent.
Yes, absolutely. I think
Mukesh
yes.
sir, thank you for sharing. Nasik parents are aggressive only in paying the fees. Otherwise, they are very docile people.
Thank God, ma'am. You're lucky.
So I think that was so what you shared, sir, involving parents in the beginning, in the planning phase. I think that is very important. And I think one of the things that stood out for me, for especially when I spoke to Munmun, that one of the things that I think the middle wing at Varanasi did was they involved parents in every week. And maybe if one of you could share what was the benefits or the challenges of involving parents in every week. If someone from maybe the presenters or anybody from the middle wing could share that. What do you think were the challenges and benefits? Because every benefit will come with a challenge. Dono pehlu hai. Yes, Roli ma'am.
First of all, coming to the benefits, the parents, since they were involved, so means they appreciated the work that the children were doing, and they also enlightened the students by giving some additional information. If they were like class 6, if I'm talking about, some parents were social workers, they were working on the topic, so they gave additional information whom to approach if the children are wanting to work for the stray animals and all those things. So they gave some very good information to the students. So engaging the students was good, because now the parents, if the students were working at home, sometimes the parents objected that padhai nahi kar rahe ho, you are doing this. Initially they thought that this was something extra. Now since they were involved, they got the benefit of it. Now they some parents, they supported the PBL that we were conducting. Now coming to the hard side of it, sometimes finding the parents was a difficulty, because most of the parents are working, and we conducted it during the school hours. So finding a parent was sometimes, not always, but sometimes it was a difficult task for the for the school hours. They were ready to we can means record and send, but physically presence was a little difficulty. Finding the parents physically was a little difficult sometimes.
So how did you overcome that challenge?
We tried. We had made a team of people who used to find parents. They used to talk to them and motivate them so that they can maybe from their office or from their place of work, they can join in and they can conduct the session. So there was a team of 2 to 3 teachers who were who have given the responsibility to motivate the parents to come and take a session with us.
Great. I think so. I think that is something which was very critical. They had divided responsibility, that okay, these 2 people are responsible for involving parents, and I'm assuming that they had shot mails to a couple of parents. If they wanted one, they had shot mails to at least 3 or 4 people, and so that they were. So Vibhuti ma'am, I'm going to come back to you. There are a couple of questions now. Thank you to Neeru and Sharayu for asking those questions. First question comes from Neeru, and Vibhuti ma'am, if you want to take that up. Did you explain about the scorecard starting PBL?
Yes.
What were the criteria for making the scorecard? I think she's talking about the rubrics.
Yes, she's talking about the success criteria, I suppose, Neeru ma'am, if I'm right. And Bharti ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
I think we do have that in the link there on our presentation, the ones which I had shared. There is a link if you can represent it. Neeru ma'am, we had all the 5 defined there, the 5 I's, that is the identify, investigate, ideate, inform, and implement. They were all, activity wise they were divided, and the numbers that they each activity carried, that was also very clearly stated in the rubrics there. So if we will be able to show it to you just in a few minutes. And
so they had divided the PBL, what I understand, into 5 stages, and
yes,
the rubric reflected the 5 stages.
All those 5 stages. There were 2 marks for each stage, and each stage, those 2 marks were for each activity. Which activity consisted of how many marks? And it was basically, it wasn't how the child did the activity, it was did he do it and did he try to do it. That was our most, it wasn't like did they do it perfectly. Of course they won't be doing it perfectly, they are still children. There were still places wherein they were not able to do that so perfectly, but if they tried, they were given full marks, ma'am, because they tried to learn something new and they went ahead with it. So if I think ma'am's screen is visible to you, these are all the 5 stages, and each stage in itself is self-explanatory for the student. I hope it solves your doubt, Neeru ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, my question is here that did you explain the scorecard also? Like, did you explain the rubrics in a,
yes, to the students? Yes.
Okay, and 5I also you explained, ma'am.
We took up a full period explaining the complete process of the PBL.
ओके सो वो उन्हें पहले से ही ज्ञात था पीबीएल से कि 5I का क्या मतलब है, ये सब उन्हें पहले से ही आपके द्वारा बताया गया था.
Yes. And orientation was taken with the parents as well as the students.
जी, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Neeru ma'am, for asking that question. I think that clarifies a lot of doubts for a lot of people. The next question comes from Sharayu. Sharayu asks, how can we involve, and I would repeat, each and every student in the activities of PBL? The importance here is each and every. So anybody would like to take that up? Yes, go ahead. Yes, Bharti ma'am, go ahead.
Sir, actually, basically, we made it a group plan. It was a group activity. Children were divided into groups, and there were 7 children or 6 children in each group. And they were given a link where they used to meet. They were given slides where they used to put in their work and evidences, what they were doing. They were sharing everything every week, every day. Sometimes on their own, at their own level, or sometimes we were providing links to them. So, and actually, as for the scorecard, my network is weak. I'm unable to present it again. the scorecard itself says for every activity, the child will get 1 point if he meets, he will get 1 point if he gives his suggestion on the Google Sheet, he will get 1 point if he makes a diary entry, and so on and so forth, sir. So for every work that was supposed to be done by each child of the group, they were given marks for it. So marks is very important actually, and they learned also. They learned a lot actually. While pursuing these marks, they learned a lot. So, and yes, they enjoyed these sessions when they were meeting in the evenings or whenever. During the classes also, we used to send them in breakout rooms.
Did you find that every child was involved, or you found that 2-3 बच्चे थे जो missing थे पूरे, मतलब who did not take
groups, in some groups, this was the case, sir, because some children were in remote areas. They did not have the access to internet, but that was exception. It was an exception, and teacher was always continuously, they were monitoring, the class teachers especially, they were monitoring whether the children were meeting or not. And there was a group leader for every group who was reporting the class teacher about each and every activity and the work done by each child. And we used to meet on Saturdays, sir. We used to take a follow-up on Saturdays. And there is also, if you can present that table, Vibhuti ma'am or any class teacher, because my network is weak right now, I'm unable to present, I'm trying that, but it's not allowing me. We had made a log was there for every week. So every Saturday we used to call children, we used to give them a slot of time for 15 minutes for each group, and they used to show what they had done.
So what I understand, you had created a tabular sort of a thing. The columns had the activities that they had to do, and the left side had all the names. And you would tick, okay, this person has done, this person has done this.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Right. Great. Right. And I also understand that, giving, drafting the big question as per the student's choice, I think that is one of the biggest motivators in getting them involved in the PBL journey. So I think once you do that, Sharayu, what you ask here, वो भी काफी हद तक आपका हो जाएगा, because the student will find that okay, ये question हमारे बच्चों से ही उठ करके आया है. So they would want to take part. They would be invested in the PBL journey because they would have given some suggestions as well. Right. So this is the
log kind of thing. These are the names of students, their admission number. This was the week 1 identification, investigation week 2, ideate week 3, and implementation, that is the 4th I, and the culminating activities, informing. Right. So this is how we maintain the log, sir. And here 8A, 8B, 8C, this is for class 8. So every section is there on each sheet. So this is how we did it.
Right. Okay, thank you so much. The next question comes. So thank you so much, people, for asking questions. Thank you, Sharayu. The next question comes from Gunja, and I'll take up 2 more questions and then we will end. While planning activities, is it important to include all subjects? Are you coordinating CBSE learning indicators outcomes with PBL? Is it possible to cover the majority of learning indicators with PBL?
Yes, sir, definitely. Language is the major aspect of each work, wherein we sometimes we have integrated French, Sanskrit, Hindi, English. And the other aspect, if we are talking about digital platform, it also relates to social science, and some aspect of it can be related or integrated to math when we are talking about bar diagram. And when we are talking about social issues and society, how society is getting affected, it talks about social science. Yes, of course, we integrated all the subjects in most of the activities, not every
you
activity.
Integrated the learning outcomes that were there. You integrated them.
Yes, sir.
Right. And the next question comes from Millie ma'am. Shouldn't we take the work of students for the same academic topics in their notebooks to avoid repetition, so that simultaneously course is also covered? Is that question clear?
Yes, sir. We took care of that. For example, in class 6, where children were doing the big question related to the stray animals, some topics of science, social science, and English we were able to manage, and yes, it was integrated, and we could cover our syllabus also, sir. We covered our syllabus. We tried to relate the topics with our syllabus, sir.
Right, and those topics were not repeated later on.
They were not repeated, but yes, of course, we had to elaborate because it was by doing or using or by experiencing them in real life. It was not possible that the child will understand each and every step. They understood in real life, but it was difficult for them to understand as it is given in the book. So we had to touch it in the end, and we will try to once again integrate them in the second PBL also. For example, the bar graph or line graph, or we may say the letter writing, which we didn't take up. We can take it up once again in PBL, and hence we can touch it again and again, sir. Those syllabus, the topics of the syllabus, we can cover again and again.
Right. Thank you.
Across
Thank you so much. And one last question, and maybe I think Mukesh sir, Anupama ma'am, or Pushpi ma'am would also want to take this up. Can the PBL activity be a group activity or individual? And which one is more beneficial for students? What do you think?
I think the concept of PBL, the concept of PBL is definitely collaboration. That is one of the skills and outcomes of PBL. So a group activity for a PBL is a must.
Okay. Anybody else?
I would second that, sir, because we have to teach 21st century skills, and collaboration is a major skill. And PBL is definitely inculcating the collaboration in our children. So PBL has to be a group activity.
All right. I would also, just add to that. PBL having a collaborative activity will definitely allow children to understand how the real world works. But you could also include certain activities in the PBL, in the entire process of PBL, which are individual in nature as well. Those could be small little activities which are individual in nature, but the whole process, the whole process of the PBL should be more collaborative in nature, definitely.
Sir,
Yes.
that is exactly what we mean, sir, when we say collaboration. The major tasks are divided amongst the group. And so somebody who's good, there is a core competency also of the child. So the child, when given the task of doing that work, will, be even more motivated. And that's how everybody will collaborate. So collaboration is not just in preparing a PPT, but even in the research, in the creation of something. So if children are good at arts, then we get them to say, all right, you will now create a visual. If there is a culminating activity where we need to do something with visual. So this is how the activities are broken up and the work is divided in the group.
Right. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. Thank you, Bharti ma'am, Vibhuti ma'am, Roli ma'am, and Shrikant sir for the presentations today. Big thanks to Neeru ma'am, Sharayu ma'am, Gunjan ma'am, and Millie ma'am for being brave enough to come and ask the questions. So a loud applause for all the people who asked questions today, and look forward to the PBL journeys from Nasik as well as Nagpur in the coming weeks. I would urge the two, the presenters to, share and celebrate the mistakes that they did, and so that all of us can learn from the mistake. The focus of the two presentations going forward would be on the mistakes and the learnings from the PBL journey. And I'm sure it will be a great learning experience for everybody. Thank you so much for joining in. Look forward to seeing everybody again in the next CC Fridays. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.